Welcome to this worship service at the Unitarian Universalist congregation at Shelter Rock. Welcome to those here in the worship room, you hardy people, and those lounging around at home watching online. All are welcome. I'm the Reverend Dr. Natalie Fenimore, and I minister here to this congregation with the Reverend David Carl Olson and the Reverend Israel Bufardi, and our student minister, Dana Moore. Israel and David are elsewhere in the building, down at RE, saying hello to other people. Here in this congregation, we seek to create loving religious community, encourage spiritual growth, and build a more just and joyful world. We believe in using science, reason, and the gifts of the Spirit to explore life's meaning and its many mysteries. We believe you need not think alike to love alike. We also remember that this beautiful land is the ancestral land of the Matancock peoples of Manhasset Bay. And I hope that everyone was safe and warm during our brief but spectacular small snowstorm last night, and that now, as you sit looking out the windows, you can enjoy the beautiful snowflakes surrounding us. And I hope you saw all of the snow removal equipment out in the parking lot, so you will be able to leave the grounds no matter what. After worship today, you are invited to lunch in the social hall as usual. If you are our guest, there is no cost. Also, after worship today, there is another exciting congregational meeting. Please attend in person or online. It is important that we have a quorum, so as many of you as can attend, please do. It is part of our Unitarian Universalism that we, you, the members of the congregation, are the people who make the decisions, the final decisions here. So please come to the congregational meeting to hear what we're about, what we're engaged in, and to commit to making those decisions. Now, let us worship together. I will light our chalice, the symbol of Unitarian Universalism, with these words from the writer Bell Hooks. To live our lives based on the principles of a love ethic, showing care, respect, knowledge, integrity, and the will to cooperate, we have to be courageous. Learning how to face our fears is one way to embrace love. Our fear may not go away, but it will not stand in the way. Those of us who have already chosen to embrace a love ethic, allowing it to govern and inform how we think and act, know that when we let our light shine, we draw to us and are drawn to other bearers of light. We are not alone. Please rise in body or spirit for our opening hymn number 326, Let All the Beauty We Have Known.
And all the beauty we Please remain standing for the words and song of affirmation. Love is the doctrine of this congregation. The quest for truth is its sacrament, and service is its prayer. To dwell together in peace, to seek knowledge in freedom, to serve human need, this do we affirm and covenant with each other. From all that dwells below the skies, let songs of faith and hope arise. Let peace, goodwill on earth be sung through every land, by every tongue. You may be seated. May we come together in the great spirit of love. Each, each Sunday, we take a special collection which extends our vision of beloved community by supporting work in the world which addresses human needs. In the spirit of showing love and care to our neighbors on Long Island, this month, our offerings provide support for the Walkabout program of the Family and Children's Association on Long Island, a transitional, independent living program for young adults 16 through 20 years old. Below are ways to give. You can use the QR code on PayPal. You can send money also to donate at UUCSR.org, or you can pay by dropping a check or cash in the collection box in the main lobby, or by mailing it to UUCSR, Finance Office. Please enter 1/7/2024 worship on the memo line. Of course, you may also go to the giving page on UUCSR.org to set up a one-time or recurring payment. Please stand in body or spirit to sing hymn number 402.
While you are standing, if you could take a moment to turn and greet your neighbor. No need to touch, just a wave. How are you? Yes? Yes. Okay. Hello. Right? Thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I hope that after the service, you all have an opportunity perhaps to share your adventures over the evening and your way here today. Please be seated. I now invite you into a moment of silence, meditation, or prayer. Breathe in deeply, like you can feel it in your toes deeply. And then let it out very, very slowly. Feeling the breath flow through your body. Plant your feet very firmly, feeling your connection to the earth, feeling grounded in this place and this time. This month we reflect on love. And so I ask you this. Take a moment to remember the first time you received love. Take a moment to remember the first time you gave love. each act of love is small, actually. It, like the snowflakes, piles up. One small thing and then another. Alone, it may be that our acts of love are not strong enough. But together, in the giving and receiving, in all the small actions, love is like the snowflakes. One could do nothing but sit and melt away. But when they are joined together, they are a powerful storm, those little snowflakes. They can stop us in our tracks, remove us from our unusual comings and goings, and ask us to pay attention to what is really important. Are we safe and warm? Are our loved ones safe and warm? Do we have enough milk in the refrigerator? Who's going to actually shovel? Maybe we won't shovel. Maybe we will sit together inside and tell our stories. Maybe we'll make a pot of soup. Maybe we will just be together. So the snowstorms can stop us. Love can stop us and make us consider what's really, really important. As we reflect on love, may we embrace its power to stop us. May we embrace the memories of when we gave love and received love. May we make our sorrows known when we did not give or receive love. May we know that whether love is working for us or not, we are here for one another. May we know that we are not alone. Breathe. Breathe deeply. Let it out slowly. Ask love to come to be with you.
This is a reading from All About Love by Bell Hooks. Commitment to a love ethic transforms our lives by offering us a different set of values to live by. In large and small ways, we make choices based upon a belief that honesty, openness, and personal integrity need to be expressed in public and private decisions. Living by a love ethic, we learn to value loyalty and commitment to sustain bonds over material advancement. While careers and money-making remain important agendas, they never take precedence over valuing and nurturing human life and well-being.
It has been said that love is the word most often sung in our hymnal, but love is not present in the principles of our faith, not as written. This year, our Unitarian Universalist Association is exploring the spiritual discipline of love and its power in our Unitarian Universalist communities and in our own individual lives. Might we find that, to quote Bell Hooks, awakening to love can happen only as we let go of our obsession with power and domination. Culturally, all spheres of American life, politics, religion, the workplace, domestic households, intimate relations, should and could have as their foundation a love ethic. As Unitarian Universalists consider the centrality of love in our faith tradition, we might look as the sources of our living tradition direct us. We might look to the words and deeds of prophetic women and men, people, which challenges us to confront powers and structures of evil with justice, compassion, and the transforming power of love. Prophetic lives are not just ancient lives, but they are present among us. We may, at any moment, encounter those who radiate the transforming power of love. We are called to learn from their words and their deeds, to be warmed and strengthened by their light. Let me tell you about such an experience that I had. In 2017, I attended the third International Unitarian Universalist Women's Convocation in Monterey, California. I went along with members of the UUCSR Women's Group. The convocation was held at the Asilomar Hotel and Conference Grounds. Now, Asilomar is beautiful. It's located alongside the Asilomar State Beach, along the Monterey coastline, on the homeland of the Rumsen Ohlone people. But for all its beauty, it's not particularly easy to get to or easy to navigate once you're there. It's this rocky place with all these little ramps and roadways between the buildings. So it was quite a hike getting to the convocation from my home here on Long Island. And for anybody, practically anywhere, if you didn't already live in Monterey, it was kind of difficult. So I had to get up early in the morning for the busy early drive to the airport, which I'm sure you've all experienced and have fond memories of. Then there was the flight across the country to San Francisco, and you know they don't feed you on those flights anymore. And then there was a long bus ride from San Francisco to Monterey, and then a cab from Monterey to Asilomar. So many of the travelers, and people from the women's group will tell you their stories. Many of the travelers arriving from across the US, and indeed around the world, arrived late and were tired. And I was one of those late and tired travelers. And then remarkably, though, after check-in, I found myself in a room next to another such traveler, but it was one of the keynote speakers. Given the closeness of my room to hers, I found myself recruited to be the unofficial escort for the legendary Bell Hooks. Over the course of the convocation, I experienced her great and loving nature. From the first day of the convocation, Dr. Hooks attracted the attention of everyone who was there, of course. How often does anyone have an opportunity to be so close, in such close quarters, with a renowned social critic, writer, poet, feminist, activist, a contemporary and colleague of Gloria Steinem and Cornel West? Despite what was no doubt many intrusive moments, Dr. Hooks responded to the attention with remarkable grace and ease. There was from her a welcoming of the group of women, especially the young women of color, who came to form a circle around her. Hooks always gave this invitation to community, not just answering questions and imparting wisdom, of which she had a lot, but also asking questions of others. Her manner said, "You too have something to offer to me. Tell me about you, about what you know, about what you experience, about what you feel." Her words were often very soft and quiet, but clear and direct. And she asked those around her what they knew about love. Bell Hooks wrote about 40 books. She wrote about race, gender, class, education, feminism, and more. The subject of love was one of her interests. And seemingly, it was never far from her thoughts. She wrote a love trilogy, 3 books, one all about love, one Communion, the female search for love, and one Salvation, Black people and love. But even in her books, which did not have love in the title, there was some discussion of how the world would be made better if human beings could be in better relationship with one another, if they might know each other's stories, respect each other's experience. Might we learn to love ourselves and one another? Could we be courageous enough to risk being in relationship with each other? In her book, All About Love, New Visions, Bell Hooks wrote, "To live life based on the principles of a love ethic, showing care, respect, knowledge, integrity, and will to cooperate, we have to be courageous. Learning how to face our fears is one way to embrace love. Our fear may not go away, but it will not stand in our way. Those of us who have already chosen to embrace a love ethic, allowing it to govern and inform how we think and act, know that when we let our light shine, we draw to us and are drawn to other bearers of light. We are not alone. We are not alone." She said that a lot in words and in actions. I think we need to share that with each other more often. We are not alone. Perhaps we would be less afraid to show love if we knew that. Bell Hooks modeled, in that time we were together, generosity, building multicultural, multi-generational community. And in our short gathering at the UU Women's Convocation, she asked the women surrounding her about their self-love, offering her own experiences about the search for self-love as liberating. In her words, there was a moment when the maxim, "You can never love anybody if you are unable to love yourself," made clear sense. Do you expect to receive the love from someone else you do not give yourself? To give love to yourself is to learn how then to give love to others. In an ideal world, she wrote, we would all learn in childhood to love ourselves. We would grow being secure in our worth and value, spreading love wherever we went, letting our light shine. If we did not learn self-love in our youth, there is still hope. The light of love is always in us. No matter how cold the flame, it is always present, waiting for the spark to ignite, waiting for the heart to awaken and call us back to the first memory of being a life force inside a dark place, waiting to be born, waiting to see the light. She said, we're all waiting to see the light. Now, because Bell Hooks was a social critic, believing that love could make a person a change agent, her love, her liberating love, extended to speaking truth to power, speaking about power. In the conversations with young and old, she pointed out the racism and sexism present even in our Unitarian Universalist communities, even at and by the convocation itself, and speaking about the reality of her world, where even as a success, she was offered fewer opportunities and less compensation than her Black male peers or her white female peers, and much, much less than her white male peers. Love also includes accountability and truth-telling. In her keynote at the convocation, Dr. Hooks declared that we name what it is that we are working against, what she was asking us to work against clearly: imperialism, white supremacy, capitalism, and patriarchy. She saw them as interconnected systems of domination and oppression. She demanded that we struggle to uproot the entire system by fighting against all the systems of oppression and not merely one part of the structure, not choosing liberation for one group, but liberation and love for all those who are suffering. I found myself perking up when she spoke, leaning in to hear every forceful word from this person I'd come to know as such a gentle soul. Clearly, her love demanded engagement and action. Her love was a powerful love, and she was inviting everyone in the room to claim their own power in love. Those years ago, I experienced this time with Bell Hooks, where she demonstrated how love as a liberating and communal force could be at the center of a life, at the center of a life lived both publicly and privately. And that love for her was relational. The love at the center of Unitarian Universalism must also be relational. Unitarian Universalist theologies seek to examine the connections between us, between individuals, between communities, seeking to build faithfulness to our commonalities, faithfulness to our best selves, faithfulness to our desires for peace and justice and freedom. Our theologies are not only studies of God or gods, or of religious traditions or religious institutions. Our theologies as Unitarian Universalists are an examination of the divinity within and around and between us. A theological exploration of love is a commitment to this relational way of being and to the actions needed to maintain meaningful and healthy individuals and communities of care. Love is at the core of our Unitarian Universalist covenant. and acting in loving ways is how we show allegiance to this, our covenant. It can be shown in big ways and in little ways, in the everyday way of interacting with one another, like the graciousness of bell hooks, taking a moment to listen to the question of a child, to share the wisdom of an elder. It could be shown in our demands for justice and equity and a call to reshape the world for the better. And this has been written and spoken by the prophets from all ages, from ancient times until today. It was the prophetic voice that I heard from bell hooks, and that I sometimes hear from some of you. We can incorporate the wisdom found not just in the ancient prophets, but also we can experience in the presence of those who may be in our midst now, the love which will set us free today and any day. Bell Hooks died in 2021 at age 69. She joined the ancestors, her ancestors, many of them who knew her by her family name, Gloria Jean Watkins. I continue to reflect, to hold dear my precious time spent in her prophetic presence, full of the power of liberating love. I can still sometimes look across my bedroom and see the purse that I bought with her on our shopping trip to the Goodwill in Monterey, California. I can hear her laughing and talking as we went through the racks trying to find a good deal. And I hear her remarking on how there was a lower cost at the thrift shops in Kentucky where she lived. It was a perfectly perfect day. I wish for you such a day in the presence of liberating love. May it be so. Please rise in body or spirit for hymn number 18, What Wondrous Love Is This?
Takes away the
for these closing words, again by Bell Hooks from All About Love. Everyone wants to know more about love. We want to know what it means to love, what we can do in our everyday lives to love and be loved. We want to know how to seduce those among us who remain wedded to lovelessness and open the door to their hearts to let love enter. The strength of our desire does not change the power of our cultural uncertainty. Everywhere, we learn that love is important, and yet we are bombarded by its failures. In the realm of the political, among the religious, in the families, and our romantic lives, we see little indication that love informs decisions, strengthens our understanding of community, or keeps us together. This bleak picture in no way alters the nature of our longing. We will hope that love will prevail. We will believe in love's promise. So may it be. We extinguish our chalice, but not the light of truth, the warmth of community, or the fire of commitment. These we carry in our hearts until we meet again. Please be seated.